Hello.
Howdy. This ain't gonna be a comedy one today. What? I just didn't. I got something to talk about.
Well, go ahead and talk about it.
Be back in a minute. We were watching something last night. It's something we've been watching, and we usually watch. It's a reality show that's centered around couples that are newly married. And there's this one guy. He is a master, I swear, at manipulation and mind games. And the last couple of nights, I've been having some creative trouble. Not, but it just, things get to me easy. I get a little grumpy, or I get downright mad. But it's, that's been due to other things that are exterior. I've mentioned them before with trying to figure out, stuff going on with Amazon, create space, all that. That's all about the creative stuff. But the creative juices have kind of not been running because I'm just getting triggered with some stuff. And last night, I guess I was vulnerable for that trigger to really go off. And I was just screaming at this guy on the TV. This stuff's been taped long ago. It's over and done. Whatever's happened has happened. But I realized that it's because I've gone through this. I've been the victim of mastermind players that play mind games, and I don't ever like to see it. And I think that's what gives people in with me. And so I just kind of, comedy is one thing. People know you're fooling them. And creative writing too, But when somebody's sitting there and they've got this sweet voice and they're talking about how they're so worried about you because you just have this problem, and the problem, it's something that isn't even a problem. Like, it's that, oh, you're just so beautiful. If you just do something with that hair. Now that's a funny one, but it's a manipulation. Now that's a very off to the side type, but I don't want to get into the druthers of the whole thing. But I just wanted to scream at this, I was screaming at this girl, get the heck away from him. Now she has figured out that he's manipulating her, and she's called him on it, which is good. But he still turned around and talked her down. And this time it wasn't her fault. This time, well, he knows he did some wrong things and he's going to do better. I recognize it. Anyway, what I'm getting at, don't do this to people. And if somebody's playing mind games on you and turning things around so that you're the one who's really screwed up, call them on it and get them, or if you can't, if they're just that way and they're not going to stop, just get the heck away from them. Don't make them a major part of your life, and don't let them ruin your life. I was the kind that, during my first marriage, I had a problem with very low self-esteem. And still do, kind of. I mean, it just isn't a big deal for me so much anymore, but I just had super low self-esteem. And he was able to just, well, even when we were dating, and everything was my fault. And when, when we were married, but he would always come out with those, but I'm doing this for you. And, oh, I love you, but, if you'll do this for me, I love you. And it just was ridiculous now that I look back on it. But I know where he got it because we lived too close to his parents, and I knew they were manipulating. So, and they manipulated him, and so he learned very well. But when it came to my daughter, no, I wasn't putting up with that, and I got away. So, I know there's a lot of kinds of abuses, but please, if somebody's manipulating your mind and doing these mind games, then call them on it. And if they insist on being that way to you, it's abuse. It's a way of messing with you. So, I know this isn't going to be one of my positive ones, and I hope YouTube don't call me on it. If they do, well, that's that. But I just, forewarned as we're armed. So, it's just not, it's not healthy. It's not, I mean, the people doing the manipulating, they're not healthy. For one thing, they're just not healthy. There's some reason they're doing it. And if you look at the people who they grew up around, who raised them, and all of that, you're going to find the source. Anyway, I love you all. So do the pups. But this is a short one today. I'm just not going to drone on because I can drone on about this for a long time. I just want to let you know this is the same day because I just was too angry and upset and triggered last night to make one. And I realized that's what happened, and I realized it then. I just could not get myself into a place where I could talk without getting angry. So, I love you all. Please subscribe. Click the notifications bell. Give us a like. If this has happened to you, please say something in the comments. Or if you feel like you've accidentally done it to somebody, we've all accidentally done something like this, but if it's a routine thing, then you know you're doing it. So don't. But, yeah. Let's move on with life. I'll be back on. I'll post one Friday morning. Hopefully I'll be back to my jolly self. Nobody can be that way all the time. So, take care of yourselves.